let's talk about the sexualization of breastfeeding. Again, trigger warning. If you can't be here and say nice things, then GTFO.
Here's my question, though. If you are one of those people,
Why?
why? And, like, I honestly want to hear your side. I'm not trying to be, like, a judgmental bee. I really do. I kind of want to understand it a little bit more. Because even from my perspective when I was a kid, like, I don't care. That's what boobs are literally designed for. They're not designed to be...
They're fat sacks.
They're not designed to be, like, played with and, like...
fondled.
Yeah. That's not their purpose.
That's
it's not...
gross word.
Their purpose are not to
Moist.
be... Moist nipples.
Gross.
Their main purpose in life is not to be perky and look sexy for other people. It's to feed a baby.
It would be interesting to see why it matters to you. The point is, the sexualization of breastfeeding is ridiculous because, you know, we're told we're being inappropriate. We're told that we're a bad influence on younger people because we're encouraging them to be naked in public. I don't know a single child that goes, your boob's out. Me too. Like, no. They look at you and they're going, oh, she's feeding her baby.
If your husband is staring at a breastfeeding woman because you can literally see this much of her boob, that's his problem. That's your guys'. That's not my problem. If you want, I can sit there and let my child scream and make everybody uncomfortable, or I can show this much of my boob and feed him.
Like, Skylar's loud, and so, like, if we're in public, if she starts screaming, believe me, God and everybody's gonna hear her. Do you really want me to sit there with my child awkwardly balanced in my lap when I'm all by myself in public, trying to, like, get this nursing cover over the top of me, and then get my kid shoved awkwardly underneath it, and then have to, like, try and...
And then they're mad because there's stuff over their face, so they're, like, pawing at it because they don't want it to be there. Like, how about you put a blanket over your face and you eat?
And it makes it so awkward for us, and then the entire, you know, awkwardness of trying to get your, you know, bra undone and
you
your shirt
can't
up
see
and
what
all
you're
of that.
doing. You can't see them.
And then it makes your baby so mad.
If you see any boob, it's less boob than you would see if a girl was walking around in a V-neck.
And a lot comes from breastfeeding in public. You have to understand that maybe it's uncomfortable for you, but did you think about how uncomfortable it is for us? Like, we have to whip our boobs out in public.
And because it's been turned into and twisted into a sexualized thing, it doesn't make us feel any better about it. For the first month that he was alive, if I ever went out in public, I would sit in my car and feed him before I went in anywhere because I was scared.
The entire time you have this fear of being, like, shamed and yelled at and put down and...
For feeding your child.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to have to feel like I have to go, like, in high school and you didn't have friends and you went to go eat your lunch in the freaking bathroom
I
stall.
want to sit on the toilet and feed my child.
Just to get away from prying eyes. Like, to get away from people, like, staring at you because you're feeding your kid. You're doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing that makes you what society sees as a good mom. But then you won't let me be a good mom by feeding my kid because you're mad about how I'm doing it. You know, for us, we can't win. We breastfeed, we're good moms. But if we have our boob out, that makes us, you know, porn stars.
Yeah.
And then
makes us trying to steal your husband.
Yeah, and then if we bottle feed, whether it's breast milk or formula, if somebody sees a bottle, then you're shamed because you're using a bottle. How dare you use a bottle? That's not natural. That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Your baby is supposed to be eating off of your boob. Cool, but you won't let me have my boob out. I mean, you don't allow us to win. You don't allow us to have even an inch in the good book. Like, we are doing everything we possibly can. Every single mom in the history of moms, okay? Which goes back a really long time, all right? All of us had to figure this shit out. All of us. Mm-hmm. We had to try and figure it out all by ourselves because you know what? As much as we love our husbands, God bless them, they don't know shit.
And even if they try to help us, they get confused and it's hard for them and then they feel bad because we're still struggling.
Well, and the other thing is like, God, I can't tell you how many times Christian's like, okay, what do you want me to do? Okay, how do you want me to do this? Okay, how much am I feeding her? Okay, now, like, he helps me a bunch and I love him so much for that. But it still comes down to, I have to make the decisions. I have to do the, the feeding schedule. I have to decide what size diapers, and all of that kind of stuff. And because we're constantly with him and we're constantly trying to figure it out, all of those decisions fall back on us. Like, we're trying to constantly make those decisions and those choices. And when you don't allow us to have our choice and to be okay with it, it makes it really hard. And breastfeeding is one of those things that, like,
it's hard enough on its own, but then when you put pressure on it,
like, the literal act of breastfeeding is so difficult. It is wonderful. Okay? And sometimes, when you're sitting and you're looking at your baby while they're nursing and you're like, God, I just made this little crotch goblin and it's so cute. And, my crotch fruit is cute. I don't know. And it's
Gidget.
This is Gidge.
I don't think they can
if
see
you
her.
can see her, this is Gidge.
If you watch my vlog that I'll post tomorrow, you'll know Gidget rather well.
When you're breastfeeding, you look at that and you look at your baby and you're like, God, you're precious, you're perfect, you're so cute, this is so nice. Like, you're sitting there and it's a really nice bonding experience and it's so magical, and even though they gum you, it's fine. And you're like cool with it. You're like, this is the greatest opportunity for me to be gummed in my entire life. Right. I wish I could do this every day. But then, you have people like me and others where we want that experience because, we tried. We did our best. Our bodies is like, no, fuck you, we're done. And you have to find other ways. And I am 100% thankful that I did formula supplementation all the way through breastfeeding. Because if I hadn't, I would probably be in a little bit of a mess and probably in a similar situation to Bennett right now where, she never had a bottle. She didn't know what formula was. It was a completely awkward and horrendous transformation. It was hard on her system, hard on her tummy. I'm really grateful that I had the gut instinct to do that because I kind of knew, I think.
Just keep it on her diet. Yeah, that was a really good choice by you.
I think I knew. It was gonna happen.
Way to be a super mom.
Thanks.
Welcome.
It's a wonderful opportunity, but you know what I think is a wonderful opportunity? Moms feeding their kids.
Yeah, to feed your baby.
I just think it's great. We worked so hard for 9 or 10 months to create these little teeny people. Just feed your kid. Just feed your kid and be happy about it.
Just enjoy this experience of being with your kid.
Celebrate moms that are feeding their kids.
I hope every mom is feeding their kid, but yeah.
Yeah.
Moms need a pat on the back. Okay, this is not for the faint of heart. It's hard shit, okay?
I mean,
it's hard.
Yes.
You literally have to give up everything that you have ever known.
Your whole life changes.
Everything. And I know everybody says that, but you don't really understand it until it happens. Everything changes. Your relationship with your husband, your relationship with your best friend, your relationship with your cat.
It's true.
Everything.
Her cat is still a little bit, sour.
Perturbed.
About it.
Mm-hmm.
Still. And she's really fat.
The other one really doesn't care. But,
yeah. Katie Bell's pretty offended, actually.
She's got a bone to pick with me about it.
It's tough, and you worry a lot about your animals, you worry a lot about the people around you. You never realize how much of a germaphobe you are.
And if you have other kids, it's going to change your relationship with them, too.
Everything changes.
Obviously we haven't experienced that, but I can tell you that my relationship with my nieces and my nephews have changed. As much as I love them, I also feel like I need to protect my baby.
Mm-hmm. A lot. Everything they do, every touch that they do, every time their hand comes near.
Like, don't touch his face, don't touch his hands. He puts his hands in his mouth. Like, make sure you wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. It's just, and it's not because I don't trust them or that I don't love them. And, I love them all the same. It's just that you want to protect your human. And that's just kind of biological, I think.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I would lay down in front of a bus for any of my nieces
Yeah,
or nephews.
absolutely.
But
Same.
I would, you know, my main objective in life is to protect this small human that I made and give him the best chance that I can.
And you do that by feeding your kid.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna end this video here because we could probably make a whole movie about our thoughts and our feelings about breastfeeding, whether you have too much, too little, whether you're not breastfeeding, if you sexualize it, if you don't give a shit. We could literally talk for hours on each one of those subjects, but
The point is, celebrate a mom. If you see a mom breastfeeding, go sit by her. Make conversation with her. Don't be creepy.
don't make her feel like an alien.
But just normalize breastfeeding, normalize feeding babies, normalize feeding of babies. Pat a mom on the back. Tell a mom today.
Not physically, because she might not want to be touched.
Yeah, no, I mean-
metaphorically.
Again,
Don't go
don't
up
be
and just
creepy.
touch moms.
but if you see a mom, my challenge to you, tell her she's doing a good job, because you never know what mom is going to need to hear that today.
And if you guys want to hear us talk more about this subject, because obviously we have a lot to say.
Evidently.
And a lot of opinions about it.
I guess.
You know, let us know, and we'll make another video about it, or, you know, maybe a couple of videos going through each.
And feel free to ask questions, too. You
Yeah.
know, we're not experts by any means.
No.
We are idiots.
Winging it.
100%. But if you have questions, or you're uncomfortable about something, or you want to know more about, you know, different experiences that other people have had, or, you know, that we've had,
And
that we've talked about.
We've had very opposite experiences
Right.
to each other, so it's been very enlightening to be able to go through this together and talk
Exactly.
about it. So if we can do that for you guys too.
Yeah, let us know. Like, we're here for you. We're here to help you guys
Safe
out.
place.
Yeah. And, you know, we've got an email that's posted. You can always, like, feel free to email us if you want to be, like, anonymous. You don't want to post a comment. That's cool, too. Let us know. But I think otherwise,
Yep.
that's all we've got for you.
Yep. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of us babbling about mom things, and
Click that bell if you want a notification every time we post a video.
yep. If you liked it, leave a like.
Big thumbs up.
That way we know what we're doing is working for you. And tomorrow, after this video goes up, my first vlog will post. It's probably going to be a hot mess.
Stay tuned for that excitingness.
Just stay tuned for more momming.